Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about the backwards law. The backwards law basically states that whenever you are chasing something or striving really hard or working really hard towards something, you're essentially chasing it away in a sense, and you're going to cause yourself a lot of suffering basically from your desire and like your pursuit of this thing, whatever it is. But when you actually kind of take a step back and like run away from it almost, or kind of decide that you're good without it, or when you kind of let go of it, then it's actually going to come to you. And on this channel we talk a lot about the law of attraction and manifestation, so I feel like this was like the perfect video to kind of talk about how to let go and how to use the backwards law to your advantage. And the way that the backwards law is explained is that when you desire something, let's say you want like wealth or abundance, or you want to attract love or relationship, whatever it is, you want it because you think it's going to like make you whole and fulfill you and make you feel a certain way. Maybe, you know, make you feel happy or accomplish, or maybe it'll get rid of the feeling of loneliness if you're trying to attract like a partner or a relationship. But when you think that way, what you're essentially doing is you're saying that your current state, your current condition is lacking in some way. Like you're saying that you don't have enough wealth or enough abundance, and you're saying you don't have enough love in your life. Something is lacking and you need that thing. You need to like fill that void in order to feel happy, or you know, accomplish whatever kind of happy positive feelings that you're chasing. But in doing that, what you're doing is you're saying that what you have right now in your life isn't enough, and that your life is lacking in some way, and that you need to obtain X, Y, and Z to make your life whole and to make you feel fulfilled. But what we do know is that material things, or even people, relationships, none of these things can really make you feel fully satisfied for a long extended period of time. They might bring like temporary joy, you know, maybe a little bit of excitement, like if you're buying a new item, something like that. But we know that in the long run, true happiness and fulfillment doesn't come from external sources. It has to come from within. So whenever you are trying to chase these things to make you feel a certain way, it just never works. And when you try to chase something so hard, you essentially are like pushing it away. It's kind of like when you start a new relationship or a new friendship, but you are so excited that you come on really strong, and because of that you're kind of chasing that person away because they get like a little bit freaked out by how intense you're being. It's kind of like that. And it ties in with the idea that, I think this is like a Buddhist idea, I don't quote me on that, but there's a saying that desire is the root of all suffering, because if you want something and you don't have it or you can't get it, then that's when you suffer. So the true way to like happiness and to being content is to let go of your desires. And I don't know, I heard this saying when I was a lot younger, and I understood, but it didn't resonate with me the way that it resonates with me now, because it's truly in like the chasing of things that you desire that's when you suffer, when you feel like you're lacking that thing, when you feel like you need that thing in order to be happy, and that's when you really suffer because you're so focused on chasing after this thing. But the truth is, you just have to realize that whatever thing you're chasing is not going to bring you happiness. True happiness comes from within. And once you realize that, and you become content and happy with your life, and you realize that your life is enough and what you have is enough, then more good things happen, because you're vibrating at a really high frequency when you realize that you don't need all these things to be happy. You can just be happy right now. You can just be grateful for what you have right now. Then all of the things that you want just comes to you, because you're just vibrating at a high frequency of like love and joy and positivity, and that causes more good things to come into your life, because you just become this magnet of good vibes. So you attract things that just bring you more good vibes. In the way, I have a funny little story I want to share with you guys. I was at Coachella last weekend, and me and my boyfriend, we were like, honestly, we don't really have that many friends. I think we each have like 2 friends. So sometimes we kind of talk about that, and we're like, oh, like we need to like make more friends. We are kind of like loners. We don't really have friends, blah blah. But we were at Coachella. We were there with like a few people, just like our tiny little group of friends. And the whole weekend, I think we were just like vibrating at such high vibes, because we don't usually like hang out with our friends much either. I mean, I think being an adult, most people can relate to this. When you have like a full-time job and like all these things going on, you usually don't like have as much time for friendships as you did when you were younger. And you know, some of your friends are like married, they have kids, they don't really have time either, so it just becomes harder. But being there with our friends, I think we were just vibrating like high vibes and just like kind of immersed in like a lot of loving energy and just all these things. But what happened is at the end of the weekend, he ended up getting a text from his friend, one of his old friends that he hasn't seen for a while. And this friend doesn't really like send like mushy texts either. But he basically texted saying like, hey, I miss you. And he was just like so taken back because he was like, yeah, like he never says stuff like that. So he was just like, wow, like I can't believe I got a text like that from him. And then within like 24 hours, I got a text, not a text, I got like a DM from one of my old friends, and she was saying like, hey, I've been watching your videos and I feel like I'm just like there hanging out with you. And that really like touched me. It just made me like feel so happy because it was like I was really close with her for a really long time when I was younger, and I missed that friendship. So when I got that, I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing, blah blah blah. But then I didn't really think anything of it until like later, and then I was like, whoa, that's super weird. Like we both received like messages of like love from friends, and I think it's because the whole weekend we were like with our friends, we were just like vibrating like high vibes and like love and friendships and all of these good vibes. And I really think that's why like we manifested those things, because it literally happened like within 24 hours we both got messages from our friends. So that's what I mean, I guess, is when you kind of let go and live in the moment and you're just like grateful for what you have, and you feel all of the emotions that you are going to feel, or the emotions that you think you're gonna feel or have when you achieve what you want. Then all of those things come to you because you've like figured out like the little cheat code, I guess, or like a little hack for it. Because chasing doesn't really make you happy. Like the process of chasing is just suffering. But when you kind of sit back and realize that you don't need it, and you just feel the emotions that you are going to feel, you're kind of just fast tracking your way there, because you realize you don't need anything to make you feel that way. And then all the things you want starts coming to you. I feel like I didn't really explain this super well. But I just feel like it's such a powerful like idea, and I really wanted to just sit down and kind of talk about it and share it with you guys. But yeah, let me know what you want to see next, and I will see you next time. Bye!